All right, how you guys doing? This is Rick Mejia, community manager and program manager at Fit and Trim Medical. So what is the big deal that's happening with this B12 stuff, especially the B12 injections? We're getting a lot of calls, a lot of emails, a lot of comments. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I think there's a lot of skepticism about the injectable form of vitamin B12 and why it is important for those individuals that might be deficient to be able to have this vitamin and be able to support their body. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to go over this very briefly. I've done other videos on this topic, but I think a lot of people come to get very skeptical about everything because it's injectable, and they come and say things like, oh, you know, that's just voodoo stuff, that those things don't necessarily work, and you know, they just kind of become skeptical without verifying. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some information on the B12 injections and how they work, and just kind of give you a little bit of info on that. All right. Now, everybody is right as far as their comments is concerned. For some individuals, vitamin B12, they're not deficient on it. Their body is storing it, and they have enough. And through their nutrition and through their basically the way they're eating, they have plenty of B12. Since it's a water soluble type of vitamin, the body can use it very efficiently, very effectively, get rid of it, and then continue to move on. But let's first break down what vitamins are. Vitamins are the organic compounds and nutrients that the body needs in order to recover, in order to function, and most importantly, when it comes to weight loss, is how to create energy through the foods that we eat. All right, so there's something called the Krebs cycle, is the pathway that the body uses to generate energy through food. Right, so when you eat something, it's broken down to the gut. The gut has to metabolize it. Once it metabolizes it, it breaks down the nutrients. It generates the molecules necessary for your body to do the gene expression of your cells. Okay. Now, vitamin B12 is an essential vitamin. That means your body cannot produce it. You can only get it through nutrition or through supplementation. Now, what do we know about individuals that are dealing with some weight loss issues, or have inflammation, or have some autoimmune problem, or have, of course, obesity? That most of the times they're very deficient. Not only are they deficient from those vitamins, but they don't have the microorganisms necessary to make the bonding factor work. Meaning they don't have the transportation in the gut to help create the bonding factor, so the vitamins can be able to, go through the right pathway. Since it's a water soluble, then it will go through the blood. But if it's broken down in the gut, it's destroyed. Or if it doesn't make it through the kidney, it's destroyed. So sometimes a good alternative for those individuals that are struggling with, they're fatigued, they have some weight loss issues, they have some autoimmune issues, they have maybe, some chronic inflammation, is we give this organic compound in a there's a more bioavailable form. There's more bioavailable. That's basically what it means. So when we're doing things in an injectable form, the idea is that we can bypass the gut, which if you don't have the right diversity of bacteria, it will destroy, it will not help it bind, especially if you're unhealthy. How do you know you're unhealthy? Obviously, you manifesting things. You're overweight, you have inflammation, you have you're not eating properly, you have a lot of stress, you have low energy, you don't lose weight, you have things that are happening within your mood. So vitamin B12 is essential to help, obviously, your cells and your gene expression to be better. Now, remember, we are really only 1% human. What that means is that we're made of almost 99% of genes that come from bacteria, not that comes from humans. So that's the whole misconception. The misconception is, well, I can eat something that has vitamin B12 and that's enough. No, not really. Not at all. That's not how it works. If you don't have the right bacteria, as soon as it goes into the saliva, you digest, your body's going to basically not use it properly. So all we're doing with the injectable form, specifically the one we use here, which is methylcobalamin, we are transporting it to the body with more efficiency. So if you're having low energy, if you're not losing weight, if your immune system is low, vitamins are essential. Specifically, vitamin B12 or the B complex. Some of you are extremely low in vitamin D. We have vitamin D3 we have vitamin D, specifically vitamin D3, which is responsible for about 20 I'm sorry, for about 1,000 gene expressions that are very positive for the body. They're anti-inflammatory and they're good for the brain. So what happens is there's an important saying: you either express genes or you suppress genes. So the gene expression that generates certain, the gene expression that can help you lose weight, or that can help you get more energy, that can help you break down foods and get the energy from foods more efficiently, B12 plays a big role in that. Okay, so I know people go online and people ask questions and people think, well, those injections will kill you. No, they don't. That's just ridiculous. They don't. It's just a faster pathway. It's a faster transportation. Now, if you're healthy, if you're feeling good, if you're not manifesting any of those symptoms of low energy, your weight, you don't have those issues, or if you tested your blood work and your B12 are fine, then you're okay. But if you are feeling like, wow, you're manifesting low energy, you're not losing weight, your immune system's not working properly, then B12 is a great signal that you might be deficient on your vitamin B12. Okay, so guys, let's not get caught up. As a matter of fact, one of the most important things that are happening right now, one of the coolest things that's happening right now, is people are starting to do more what we call IV therapies. Of course, you being monitored by a physician. It's medically supervised. But IV therapies are even better because you're doing it through an IV, and you're getting all these vitamins and minerals and amino acids, and it's going right to your body, and they're helping your cells get recharged, and they're helping your body get all the help it can. So again, guys, it's just like technology has moved forward, medicine has also moved forward. Okay, it's not just that everything else has moved forward. We understand how these things work. So I understand we can be skeptical, but always verify. Okay, now we do have an online deal for the B12 shots. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys too. For some of you, do you think one vitamin B12 shot a week is gonna help you change all the manifestations of your body that are not working well? No, absolutely not. You might have many things that are not in synergy. Okay, that's like saying you have 4 flat tires and B12 helps you with 1. Does that mean that 1 tire is going to help the car run? No, you got to fix all the other 3, but it can definitely be a start. Okay, so when we talk about B12, what always comes to mind? Energy. What always comes to mind? Metabolism. And what? Also, immunity. Right? If you think one of those 3 are not working well, then it will be appropriate for you to come to a center like us, FT Medical, get maybe your blood work done, check your B12 levels, check your vitamin levels, and then see if the appropriate thing to do is to be able to help yourself. And if you think taking over the counter supplementation is going to help you get those vitamins, trust me, it's not. It's probably going to be more toxic to the body. Okay? Now, you can eat things that have vitamin B12, but again, if your gut is not healthy, which most people are not, it's not going to be able to bond. The bonding factor does not happen. I don't know how many times I have to explain that. It's so important. Now, how do you know if your gut is healthy or not? You're going to have to do a test. We do those tests here. They're very expensive, super expensive. But if you want to find out, then you can test that too. I test my gut all the time, obviously, I get lucky. So I get this test, right? So that way I can kind of check the ecosystem of my gut. But anyways, guys, look, the online deal is there. It can help some of you. Again, just write down some of the things you might be experiencing, and of course, research. But the debate about the vitamin B12 is just very simple. Vitamin B12 is very important. It's an essential vitamin. If your body's not getting it appropriately, you can be manifesting some things that are not going to be good for your health. So just for a faster transportation, a more bioavailable way of getting it, we have that for you. And for some of you, it is a great way to support anything that you're trying to change. If you're trying to develop a new lifestyle change, if you're making some changes in your diet, you're making some changes in your daily habits, this could potentially give you an upside. This can potentially help the transportation of these organic compounds to go and help your cells and to help your body repair, work better. Okay? So remember, don't look at one thing as an absolute truth, please. Like, when you see online this whole tea detox things that they swear they'll change everything in your life. Nothing works like that. There's a combination of things that have to work in synergy for it to work. But this could definitely potentially help you in your pathway. If you look at it that way, then absolutely, you're looking at it from the right approach. All right? So please, if you have any questions, leave your comments below. I'll be more than happy to assist you with that. Let's not get too complex either, because the complexity of things, the more information we give you on the complexity of how it works is not going to make you, it's going to complicate you. Okay? But just already know, when you think of B12, you think of energy, metabolism, immunity. All right?